All right, thanks, Scotty. Do you ever find yourself getting lost in your thoughts? Well, one Harvard study found adults spend nearly half of their waking hours daydreaming.
Yeah, people might view it as a distraction or maybe a waste of time, but some researchers say letting your mind wander can actually be a very good thing. Clinical psychologist Jen Hartstein joins us now. So, Jen, I am like a serial daydreamer. I have been since I was a kid. I love it. I have gotten better at balancing it, let's say, but explain to us, especially for me, how this is beneficial.
So it does get a bad rap, right? Because we often find ourselves daydreaming when we don't want to be doing something, when we're avoiding something, or we often daydream about like the catastrophe that may happen. But there's something called positive constructive daydreaming, which is when we're like done with the task and maybe we're in between and we kind of let our minds wander, which allows us to maybe come up with a new solution, be more reflective about something, have a new perspective. This often happens like when you're in the shower and all of a sudden you come up with that idea. So it's kind of when you're not expecting it and you allow yourself to let your mind wander, you learn something new.
So I guess it's a very broad definition of daydreaming, because I think of letting my mind wander. I don't necessarily think of it as daydreaming, but is it just basically being in a state of consciousness where you're just not focused, you're not thinking about something specific? You know, how do you kind of define it, and how do you make the most of that time?
So it is kind of this like amorphous time where maybe you're just kind of watching your thoughts go by. It's kind of this mindful moment. You're not doing something. You're just in the moment, letting whatever happens. And so as that happens, you might get a cool thought. You might get a creative thought. Or maybe you're in the shower, you're washing your hair, and you're just letting it kind of go. And sometimes we need to step away from the problem to come up with a more creative solution. So I think sometimes we can use it that way.
I love this.
What would be your advice for parents and how to kind of hone this for their kids? Because I remember doing it when I was younger and being in class, and all of a sudden it was like, wait, someone's talking to me? But now I do feel like there are specific spaces where I do it, right? Like on the subway or in the shower, where I feel like it's more controlled. How should parents guide a child to do it at the right time?
So you bring up something really important, which is we can't be in the middle of a task and daydream, right? That's when there's a problem. So when you're in class and everybody's like, bring it back, come on. Which isn't also the way to bring it back for a kid, right? We want to be able to bring them back in a constructive way. Hey, I see you're not paying attention. Can you come back to the lesson? And when you're done with the lesson, if you want to space out and stare out the window, go for it. So we want to constructively say to our children, hey, go for it. Take the time and finish your task first.
Got it. So it's okay to let them do that, to encourage it. I mean, 47% of our time daydreaming.
It builds creativity. Well, it builds creativity. We are more creative when we let our minds wander. We come up with these cool ideas. We invent things that we can do differently. A new meal, a new action, a new whatever. If you give yourself the time to have the creativity, not on a device.
Put it down.
Put it down and allow yourself to just be. You never know what might happen.
I love this segment. Thank you so much. Clinical psychologist Jen Hartstein, as always, thank you.